You grew up. What I'm going to be doing is breaking down 3 simple ways that you can eliminate bloating forever. And also what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be taking you throughout my day, just showing you what I'm doing and also giving you some insight into what I am eating in a day. I'm going to be showing you some of my meals. So with that said, enjoy. Talk about bloating. Have you ever had the time where you looked down at your stomach and it looked or felt like you were pregnant? You had this trapped winds that was stuck in your stomach. First off, before I break down how you can eliminate bloating, it's very important that you understand how bloating is created. Bloating, it's this excessive amount of gas that is created from bacteria in your digestive tract. Right, that's a lot of big words. So bacteria in your digestive tract, in your digestive system. And what happens, it's usually from you not properly digesting or absorbing your food. Which brings me to step number 1. If you want to eliminate bloating, the very best thing that you can go and do is find out the root cause of the foods that that is causing the problem. So get a food intolerance test. I just had a mind blank then for a second. So go and get a food intolerance test, because when you find out the root cause of what is causing the problem, you eliminate it, and then bloating is eliminated from your daily life. If you don't find out what foods is causing the problem, it's kind of like this. Let's say you have a scab here, and what's causing the problem, what's causing the scab is you have these sharp nails, and you're constantly scratching your arm. But then you're blind to what's causing the problem, so you come in and you're like, shit, I've got a scab. I should be putting a band-aid on there. So you go ahead and you put a band-aid on there, but you keep scratching over the band-aid, and the scab gets worse and worse and worse, and now there's blood, and you're like, shit, let me put another band-aid on, and you keep scratching and scratching and scratching. It's not until you eliminate the scratching, the root cause of the problem, that the healing starts to begin. And it's the same thing with you. There may be certain foods that you have an intolerance to, and once you eliminate those foods, bloating will go away. So let me read out this to you, because this just blew my mind. So, there was this survey, it wasn't a study, it was a survey, done at the University of York. Now get this, out of 576 people who reported that they experienced bloating, 92% reported an improvement having removed their trigger foods. Eliminate the problem. Find out what's causing the problem by going and get a food intolerance test, and then so just go to your doctor and either he or she will give you a referral to who to go to. If you're lazy and you don't want to do that, then it's going to take way more time, so I highly recommend that you do go and get a test, but just experiment. Find out what you're eating on the daily, find out what foods that you think may be causing you to feel bloated. I know for me, anytime that I eat bread, I look at myself in the mirror 2 hours later and it looks like I've just gained 10 kilograms. Now, maybe from the gluten in the bread. I actually haven't got an intolerance test yet because I don't really experience bloating because I don't really eat bread that often. Find out what foods cause bloating, and then after that, just eliminate it, test it for 2 or 3 days, and see if the bloating goes away once you eliminate those foods. But that's slower, don't be stupid, go in and get an intolerance test, and you can save a gigantic amount of time. Step number 2 is to eat more fiber. Some of you may be experiencing bloating because your digestive system is blocked up. But fiber is going to help you shit. I'm trying to think of a polite way to say this. Eating fiber is going to help you shit, right? We said it. We're family here. Step number 2, eat more fiber. And step number 3 is to eat slower. You need to remember that digestion first happens not in the stomach, but from your mouth. Once you start chewing, that's when the digestion I need to speak properly here. That's when digestion starts to occur. Give you a more specific tactic around eating slower. What I recommend is chewing 30 times before you swallow the food. Once you eat slower, 1, you're actually experiencing the food in front of you. But two, you're going to find that digestion becomes easier, it's more efficient. That's going to help you eliminate bloating from your life. But all those, number 2 and number 3, like those things may help, but the best thing that you could do is go and follow step number 1. Go and get a food intolerance test. Find out the root cause of what is causing the problem. So I really hope that helps you out. So right now, I'm just gonna go and meet my friend Josh. We're about to do some speaking training, all about learning how I can serve you better and on my YouTube videos, and also when I start to do seminars around the world. And I really want to start to get into that next year. One of the things that people often compliment me on is my ability to speak clearly in front of the camera, or my ability to take big concepts and put it in this simplistic way, in a way that people can understand. First off, if you believe that, I appreciate that so damn much. Just know though, that it is not this natural skill that I was just born with. It is a skill that I put so much effort into. And sometimes when someone says that, Matt, you're such a natural speaker, like they see that, but there was so much that went into me actually becoming better at speaking. And still to this day, I'm still learning about how I can become a master at this, how I can become a master at storytelling, how I can become a master at taking these big concepts, putting it in a way for people to understand. My friend Josh here, he's a very close friend of mine, and I have another friend, his name is Matt. I remember when I was 18, going into my garage, and they'd come along and we just start to practice and practice and practice, practicing metaphors, practicing stories, practicing creating content around people's learning styles, around their learning language. And here's what I believe. Anything that you want to become better at, you have to create some type of practice, some type of ritual that creates growth, right? If you're a top athlete, if you want to become an athlete, you got to make sure that you're creating drills that gets you better at agility, or any type of skill that you're going to need for that sport. If you want to become a sprinter, you better be doing some sprint drills. If you want to be an athlete, such as a rugby league player, you got to be making sure you're doing plyometrics, strength training, power training, agility drills. And that is because in order for you to become best at what you want to do, you have to create rituals, drills that's going to help you create the skill sets in order for you to be that best, or be your very best. And for me, because I want to do speaking, because I'm making YouTube videos, it makes sense that I have to create certain drills, certain rituals that enables me to become the best that I can be at speaking in front of a camera, or be the best that I can be in order for me to become best at speaking in front of a group. So, ways that I do that: jumping outside of my comfort zone, singing in public, doing things outside of my comfort zone, shooting in public. Ways that I can become better at speaking: going to my friend Josh's house, practicing drills about metaphors and stories, and creating content and structuring in a way that people can understand. And that's how you become better. So just know, anything that you want to become better at, you have to create rituals. So I've got my strawberries here. I'm about to go upstairs and we're about to practice some speaking drills, and I'll take you with me.
One of my favorite sayings is that every master was once a disaster. Now, I don't claim myself to be a master. However, I'm constantly working on my craft to become better at speaking. And I remember when I very first started out, but when I was 18 or 19 years old, I held my very first seminar downstairs in my garage. And there was 3 to 4 people there. I had no idea what I was doing. I was so terrified of getting in front of 3 to 4 people just to hold this seminar. I had flip chart paper and it was holding itself up by my TV. And I just had no idea what I was doing. But I just knew that I wanted to become better and I was willing to do whatever it takes. And then I went to Toastmasters. Toastmasters was this group that helped me become better at public speaking, getting comfortable in front of speaking in front of a larger crowd. And then I went from a seminar from 6 people, and then I went to a few more people. And now one of my biggest goals is to do a seminar around the world. But it's going to take time. And for now, I'm just working on that skill set, so then that way I can become ready. When that opportunity comes, I'm set. I make this video to hopefully inspire you that if you want to become better at something, then you need to put in the work. You need to work on your skills. You need to create the work ethic that's going to help you become who you need to become to achieve your goals.
Alright, so I'm just about to head to my good friend Christy Swadling's house. I'm going to help her with her coaching business, and we're also going to be making some food as well. So you get a bit of a sneak peek into some new ideas for some meals that you can make for yourself.
Hey! You know what I made it from?
Yeah.
Tamari.
Tamari.
Pineapple juice. No, crushed pineapple. You gotta like push it in there.
It's a pretty small portion size for me. Is that for both of
There's
us?
heaps of rice. Okay, you can have heaps of rice. Okay.
Guys enjoyed this little vlog here about bloating and about what I ate in a day. So leave a comment down below, let me know what you thought, and until I see you guys in the next video, remember to love all living things, and most importantly, love thyself.